Said I had to run it back because we took so long on the first one. You watch the first video, just just know everything I said was came from passion and a place where I just want us to see us do better. You know what I mean? It's just it's sickening. It's kind of like poison in the community, and nobody is standing on anything solid no more because we all got these weak uh, people that have created a society where it's a bunch of it's a weak generation. You know, it's no solid ground, no firm ground, and everybody's falling victim to the same stuff. And it's like nobody has a mind of their own to think outside of that, outside of the system and the scam. And if you speak on it, then all of a sudden, oh, you're not a part of the mess. Never was. You're not for the bullshit. No. But we was getting into the Reba thing, so I'm gonna continue it from where we left off. We gonna play, and we gonna see what she talking about, and then we'll time in.
This is a woman who was thinking about the lifetime relationship, the marriage, and not the wedding. So already by far she is completely, like I said, contrary to a lot of women out there. Now let's add in the
And she, if you don't know, she talking about Denzel Washington and his wife, and they've been married 40 something plus years. So, like I said, congrats to them, because you ain't seeing that these days. But he's talking about the type of women versus the type of women today.
other, huge difference with being married to a powerhouse, somebody who is out there in the public, somebody who has so like a strong female fan base, and even how she navigated those situations with grace.
Aren't the women bold?
Oh, very. Very.
Just rude.
But you know what you're gonna say? They see something good and
We're in an era now where we have women coming to the forefront complaining about the fact that, their man is in the limelight, their husband's in the limelight, and they're upset that they're not getting male attention.
Something that really bothers me and like honestly has given me a sense of a little bit of an insecurity is the fact that like there are all these women like throwing themselves, but me, like the past 10 years, like I don't have any of that. Like I have zero, this sounds weird, but like male attention. Because I don't want it, but it'd be nice to know that like someone's looking.
Then you have this woman who is sitting there so sure.
You know what that was? That was Stephen Curry's wife. It seemed like, oh yeah, this nice, it's a thing. Then in reality, you were 304. In reality, you want attention from all these dudes. Only attention you should want is from your man. You want this lifestyle of being praised, and you want to be seen as this person. I didn't see you out there dunking and shooting them threes. What'd you say? You weren't with me shooting in the gym. You weren't out there shooting with me in the gym, but you want to be seen as if you was. Hey man, more power to you, brother. Dealing with that situation, but I don't think that would be a long term. I don't think that'll make 40 years. And I'm not trying to put that on a relationship. Maybe they'll get it together. She'll go to counseling. They'll figure things out. But the way she downplays and talks on this brother is just beneath me. That's not our relationship. Like I said, I wish them all the best. But 40 years is a long time to be married to somebody, and the ins and the outs. If you're doing this in this stage of the game, then how will you ever make 40 years? I'm just saying,
Herself so gracious that has no problems or qualms, doesn't feel the need to prove anything outside, don't need to, step to nobody, because she knows who she is and she knows what she has.
But that doesn't bother you, does it?
no. Because you know why? He's coming home.
A woman who, speaks very boldly on the fact that on their first date, she had no problem contributing financially to the date, by making sure that after he covered the spectrum of the day, that she, paid for their rides home after.
I remember
because what happened?
I paid for the ride.
I know you was
I
gonna
paid
say
for
that. You
the
didn't pay
cab
for the date though. Took a cab and I'm paying for the cab ride, but then I'm watching the meter and I'm running out of money. And
He turns to me and says, I have no money.
That didn't make her turned off to him. That didn't make her not want to go on a second date. That didn't make her say, oh, he's less of a man. Oh, no, I'm not doing that. No, he can't be with me. Oh, this is where the date ends. None of that.
Man, what? Do not pay for these women's whole lifestyles. They go berserk. You feel me? Not come through on one thing. I'm supposed to have endless money in my bank account. Your shit is dead dry. But as soon as I need something, dang, I ran low today. I ain't got it like that today. Everybody has those days. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's supposed to be perfect in your little reality. That's what you think. Everything's supposed to just run the way I want it. Everything's supposed to be perfect. Everybody has their own struggles. Everybody has things they have. I have my own finances. I have to dress myself. I have to make sure I have money for gas, to get to work, to pay for things for my lifestyle, pay bills. So if I'm a little short, even if I have ample amount of money, maybe I got a savings and I'm not trying to touch the different things like that. And I ran out of, the funds I had available to spend. If you can't pitch in a few bones, a few dollars, it's like, what we doing, man? It's like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Is this a feed the children commercial? Is it? I didn't know this was a charity. I didn't know you was St. Joe's. I didn't know this was, you know what I'm saying, a charity event. Because this is what it start to look like, charity. Like, I don't even want to get treated like charity. That should be y'all nickname. That should be the name of the Dage women. Charity ass bitches. I like that. Charity ass bitches. I branded that. I put it down. Copyright now. You know what I mean? Charity and trademarking that shit. Charity ass bitches. Y'all should all wear them shirts. I'm a charity ass bitch. Because that's all you are. If that's all you worth, charity. I didn't know this was a charity. I thought this was a human to human relationship, and we trying to build a bond, and we doing for each other. And if I'm doing all this for you, every once in a while you can't do one thing or take care of a couple of things, or if shit get tight, you can't step up and help me out, then you literally just here for charity. You're just here to take from the situation. You're not here to help build up anything. It's crazy.
She did it willingly and thought, if you don't have it, I must have it. That is what a marriage is. It is supporting one another on both sides. Him supporting you and you supporting him. His weaknesses is your strength. Your strength is his weak. Whatever it is, that balance, that camaraderie between the two. Women today are not doing that. You hear women getting the ick because a man, will buy her an Uber home and he didn't get the Lux truck and spend $100. Like, crazy stuff.
You're listening to us. Was he considered? Did you think he was cute back then?
I thought he was cute, but I fell in love with his spirit.
Really?
Yeah, that's...
Damn, that's a real OG woman, man. I love that. Yeah, I thought he was cute, but I fell in love with his spirit. Y'all just imagery. Long as it fit the image, I gotta have this. You gotta be having the flyers this on. Them 20 verse ones, balloon pops, dudes come out there get dragged. You know what I mean? Gotta have this, gotta have that. And I'm not saying that dudes don't have standards and different things like that, but these women these days, a lot of y'all just come out there with the tackiest shit on, and long, just because you got your body parts out, you think, oh shit, this make me top notch. But to really fall in love with somebody's spirit beyond what it looked like on the surface, that takes real maturity. That's a real bond. That's a real connection. That's real growth in a relationship. Because looks will fade. Everything, I don't care. These women, they stay dolled up trying to have all this makeup and all that to keep up the image, to try to fit into society's bubble. But in reality, a dude, what you see is what you get. What I'm coming with on a regular basis, what you see is just how I am. Just how I woke up. I didn't have to be in the mirror doing this shit for hours and shit trying to prep these bitches to be talking about having story time, whole story time. They doing this. Yeah, so this man he wouldn't pay for my dinner, and I just like what the fuck, and I'm I think I'm a high viable woman, and if he doesn't appreciate me and my beauty, and the whole time you powdering your face, you putting on a fucking image, you putting on an image. I didn't have to do that. I just get up and be my authentic self. That's called authenticity. Y'all not authentic, but then you want a motherfucker to be authentic with you. Oof. Decompress, woosah, woosah, woosah. I get frustrated. Cause it don't make no damn sense. You want somebody to be authentic and give you 100% of everything, but you come in with 10% of nothing, of bullshit. That little 10% of what just you showing up. That should be good enough. I'm the table. I'm that. I'm this. You spent the hour doing this shit this morning. What the fuck do you look like without it? What do you look like without that? Take off that hair. I see bitches come home from the club, it's throwing their hair pieces off, and you know what I'm saying? You talking about, oh, I'm high this, I'm high that. What do you need to do all that shit for? Save your money. You could have so much more money if you stop spending it on makeup, hair, bullshit. Not saying you shouldn't be presentable and want to keep yourself up, but I want to see what you look like. Authentic. I want to see you look like you just wash your face, scrub it real good, put some Noxzema and Vaseline and shit, and fix your hair up nice without you putting in all them extra fucking implants and extensions and shit. I want to see what you look like. I want to see that. Because if I can deal with that, then I can deal with you long term. As long as I want that, what the fuck do you need to impress the rest of the world for? Not saying you shouldn't feel good within yourself. I want you to feel good within yourself. There's nothing wrong getting your nails done here and there, getting your hair in a nice little style and shit. But if this is your everyday makeup and you gotta do this shit every single day, you're not living authentic. You're not living in your truth. It's like people got these alter egos. They putting on faces, and this is the person that represents you when you walk out in the world. As soon as you take that shit off, it's a totally different person under there. You got it's like two different people. You'd be surprised. You see what they look like with the makeup on versus without the makeup. With the makeup, I done seen you some shit. Like, oh shit, she look. Take that shit off. You wouldn't even talk to her. I wouldn't even waste my time with that shit. And then on top of just the image of all the fakeness with the makeup and all the shit y'all got, enhancements and shit and surgeries and all this, the BBLs and these, y'all have the poorest attitudes. Specifically, my black sisters. And y'all don't want to admit it. Y'all don't want people to talk about y'all, but y'all have the poorest mindsets and the poorest attitudes. The reason why a lot of people are fed up, even dudes, and oh, he's not talking to a black girl, he's talking to a different nationality and stuff like that. Because how could you get along with a sister when every time you say something, she want to be combative, she want to come at you like she a nigga, she want to buck up and tell you how much of a little boy you is, this and this and this, disrespectful as hell to a black man. But then you want a black man to take all the bullshit that come with you and supposed to be okay with it. You want to twerking on the videos. I don't give a fuck. That's your favorite word. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Ain't no man gonna tell me. And then popping your gums and walking around with your bonnets on all day. Hair never done. Always got it. Always got a shower cap on you. These are some of the tackiest women I've ever seen in my life. Then you want a man to respect that. You want to talk to him like you the dude, and he the female. He supposed to shut the fuck up and just whoop whoop. An opinion is an opinion. Y'all tie emotions to everything that you say, everything that you do. Then when the dude, he has anything to say back that makes common sense and challenges you, you call him out his name. You call him a little boy. You say that he's toxic. You say that he's sassy. He being sassy because he's speaking up for himself. This is the culture we live in. But then you want a man. You don't want a man. You want a girl. You want another chick, or you want some beta simp ass dude who shut up and just do whatever the fuck you tell him. That's not a man. A man gonna stand on his word, gonna stand on business. He don't care if you like it or not. But y'all delusional. Y'all think that, oh no, your father, if you had a real father and he was in your life, and you had a real mom and a father, your father stood on business. Your mom, she might have did this around the house and said this and this and this. But when your father made a suggestion or put an input in place, that's what it was. That's what it was. That's the law of the land. If I respect your boundaries and your laws, as soon as I put one in place, you damn sure better respect mine. Otherwise, this is not a relationship I'm willing to be in, because there's no compromise. There's no wiggle room. It feel like I'm suffocating to be in this. It's nothing that makes me feel like a man in this. Then the man, he will step out. He will go find another woman who makes him feel like a man. That's why you women are losing. You got these females who think that they're superior and they doing all this because you have these platforms that all these dudes is capping your head up, telling you this false reality of who you are. That's not who you really are. And then you take that and you treat the man like shit, thinking he got to live up to the expectations, or I could just replace you with one of these social media people in the comments and shit like that. And that's society. So men have been put under, knocked down, talked about. We talk about uplifting. If you hear any dude get on a podcast, he talk about, if he keep complaining about your behavior and about how you moving and this, then what should that tell you about how every dude is seeing these women? Every dude is seeing you the same. Like it's trash culture. You have nothing of value to offer. So even if a dude wants to have sex with you, he doesn't want anything further than that, because you create that system be based off of the energy and the mindset you have and the shit that you putting out. Beyond a physical attraction, there's no attraction. I'm not attracted to your mind. I'm not attracted to, your creativity. I'm not attracted to you shaking your ass and shit. I don't want that in my relationship. I don't want my wife on camera shaking her ass and stuff like that. It would never have got to marriage. It would have never worked. Never worked. Cause I'll be damned if you disrespect me and have every dude over here, oh yeah, yeah, and being thirst trapping online, and then want me to shut the fuck up and not say anything about it. I would never go along with that, because I'm a real man. I'm not having that. If you want to do that, go ahead. You can do that on your own, but you won't be doing that shit with me. And this is what a lot of dudes, they compromise. Oh, what you trying to say? And then their homegirls back them up and they try to make it seem like, oh, this is okay. You should want her to be doing this. And that can't, they quick to, you ever notice in female groups, if one girl has a relationship, she dating a dude, soon as shit get a little rocky or she do something that the dude don't agree with, the other girls will not tell the woman and check her in place like, yeah, you shouldn't do that because your man, you should keep your family and respect your man. They never say that shit. They always ride the bandwagon. This is what I'm saying. Y'all gotta have them on your own. They always ride the bandwagon. Tell the girl, yeah, forget him, girl. You come out with us, have a good time. It's plenty of other dudes who gonna do this and who ain't gonna care about that. Da, 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 da. That's the problem. And all of y'all have nobody. You're back out there in the streets because you listen to some of the poorest, trashiest advice from your homegirl. She put your ass back in the streets when you was in a relationship with a dude who would did everything for you, protected you, provided for you, cared for you, make sure you have a roof over your head, pay bills, even if you don't want to pay them shits. And you still, and take the little bit that you put in, if you put anything in, but you will cancel that shit out because you listen to your homegirls because you had a disagreement with your dude one day and you tell your homegirls about it. And all of a sudden now they ride the bandwagon of her instead of putting her ass in her place like, yo, you was wrong. I'm not going to agree with the trash behavior. You were wrong. Knowing that the dude is a decent dude, but y'all don't care because y'all so addicted to trauma. Y'all addicted to the drama. Y'all like the drama of life and society now. That's why no relationship lasts. You like the idea of being a 304. You like the idea of being back out there in the streets. Tia Mowry, she had a husband. She was in a relationship. Dude was good to her, ain't cheat on her, none of that. You bored all of a sudden because you're bored. Well, maybe you're the boring part of it. Spice it up. You know what I mean? Treat that man differently. Do something to juice up your relationship. I know you've been with somebody maybe because you ain't never been out there in the streets, so you was like, damn, I don't really want to do this for the rest of my life. But be honest with your intentions. Why get married in a situation with somebody who is going to be there for you day in and day out if that's not who you are? Why go any further with that situation if you know that I'm gonna be back out in the streets? And then you out here looking for people, you look sad, you lonely, and you crying on social media, you know, oh, I'm living my best life, and and y'all stuck in these whole phases and stuff like that. At 40 years old, it's not a whole phase. That's who you are. It's not a phase. That's who you've been, but you was just trying to keep it up under your skin, and then now we got exposed, and you back out there with them hoes. You back out there with them hoes, man. And don't expect no dude to take you serious because at 40, dudes don't want no old bitch who got trauma, who's you looked at how you treated this situation. How could you ever be with another person and really lock it in? After a couple years, the situation, you're gonna do the same thing. So you better off just stuck in the streets.
And then I thought, not a bad package. Not a bad.
A woman of integrity who is not looking at the flashy things, the clothes, even, she's obviously attracted to him, but wasn't looking at, oh, what can he do for me in my life? Looked at who he was on the inside. The internal being is who she was attracted to. Not the watch, the car, the clothes, the jewelry, the flexing, if you can fly me out, if you can impress my homegirls, if you can, none of that. The real.
I have a great wife.
A lot of women who started clapping when he said that you have to really do inventory. Is he talking about you?
A lot of women don't understand that. The reason why they are not placed into a wife category when a man meets them or deals with them is because of the main fact that you do not exude qualities that a man would see of a woman who is supposed to even raise his children.
There's the secret sauce of being
Y'all wanna a sexy red type chick to have your kids and raise your kids, then you just as messed up as she is. If dudes thinking that, oh shit, I'm getting pregnant, it's gonna be a big mom, you want that mindset, you know, in your household, cool. That's who you are. You know, birds of a feather flock together. Sometimes we have to just have acceptance that people just like chaotic things and drama and they don't want to change. That's just who they'll be. They'll never be more nothing than that. But if you actually have self-worth and care about self, you should never pick a woman who you know is going to be the trashiest of women to breed your kids. That's what you want. You know, and I know a lot of dudes when you're young, you get that euphoria feeling of dealing with a wild chick. When I was younger, I was 10 times wilder than I am. I'm laid back, I'm reserved now. I'm grown, you know, I've grown up in my 30s, you know, and I see things differently than when I was in my teens to my 20s. You know, after like 25, 26, like a mental shift happened, and all of a sudden my mindset changed on what I want in my life and the value. And if you have to go through your time, go through your time. I'm not gonna tell anybody like, oh, don't live your life, but have a higher self-worth and have higher standards for yourself in the end of what you want. Because think about it long term. You might be dealing with this shit. You might be dealing with this crazy woman. Oh, this is so exciting because every day we got these problems and these problems. Eventually, you're going to get older, man. They come with high blood pressure, hypertension. You're going to be giving your ass a heart attack and a stroke before you even 35. Just because you constantly dealing with this shit every day and you stuck in that. And I had a lot of homies that had diabolical relationships. You feel me? I'm breaking up fights and stuff. And I'm not saying that I wasn't even um, toxic and diabolical at one point in time where, you know, I'm vibing off of because I was in the streets and, you know, I'm doing all this. So I'm not looking at the bigger picture. I was stuck in the right now instead of the long term. What do I want long term for my life? And when you started really, when I sat down and did my homework and I really started weaning out, I started separating myself from these type of entities and energies. I started realizing that the energy and the person and the people that I want around me or more subtle. The people I want around me long term are going to be more logical. They're going to be more understanding, more nurturing, more caring. And that's the woman I started to invest in because I realized there was nothing in the streets. It's like this. It's like if you deal with a street chicken, it's like the same chick. You can find that chick every hood. You can recycle that chick. It's like they got the same mindset, and you can't go but so high with that. You can't go any higher with that mindset. It kind of stays on this playing field. I want somebody who I can constantly just go up with, and the value and the nurturing and the worth is it's worth it. You know what I'm saying?
And staying locked in for that long, especially while being in the spotlight.
Having a great woman,
Mm.
a faithful, honest, loving, patient wife. She is the reason that our 4 children are doing what they're doing.
When a man looks at a woman and is seeing a lifelong relationship with that woman, he's in
It ain't about sex all the time. See, women think that, dude, oh, it's all about the sex. Dude, you gotta deal with that chick long term, bro. It ain't about the sex. Having a caring, nurturing, loving, those are high qualities. These women come with destruction, chaos, trauma, drama. Those are the worst qualities you could find in a woman, and most of that's what's out here. You know, I got a live, I get on my live, I hit the live, and it's like they in there, drama, chaos. I never will argue with somebody online that don't know me personally in my personal life. It's like you wasting your time speaking on things about somebody that will never have real effect or be really involved in your reality. And that's what we do. We put these images in our heads of these people, and everybody's a figment of your imagination. If you can think it, it is. So when you put these perceptions and hold these to a high case value, you are creating the main thing that you perceive and that you are thinking. It the energy comes back. I don't get in the comments and argue. I don't get on the lives and argue. I like to stay on my own. You know what I mean? I don't really engage with too many people because talking to people these days. I remember I was talking to uh, this one girl. This white girl tried to be black ass bitch, and thought she was so cool. I'm just on there, just doing my thing. I was on there rapping anyway, but they little head to head, little battle. And I'm rapping and stuff like that. Oh, let me rap. Da, 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 da. Had no talent or skills, but I know my shit was good. I had people in there. Oh yeah, that joint was fire. Da, da, da. But just because you try to get some clout chasing something like that, you try to demean what I'm doing and say, "Oh, that wasn't that good. It was da, 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 da." I'm doing what I love, baby girl, and I've been on tour and I've had singles and success in the music. So you can't let people's opinions or what they say affect your reality. If you know that you hold yourself to a certain standard, that you good and this, don't take that stuff and run with it, man. Keep doing you. You know, um, I just like, hey, look, I don't got time for you. You have a good day. You know what I mean? Because you ain't shit to me, no way. And just keep going on about what you do. You know what I mean? And it's not every day that you do something, you're not always going to be the best at it. That's where you have writer's block, and people sometimes they get stuck. Sometimes you're not as good as you was the day before, but that's why you call practice and keep on working on your craft, because you'll eventually get where you're trying to go if you keep applying that pressure. But every time it get hard, if you constantly let what people say bait you in, and it's gonna not only ruin your self worth, but it's gonna stop that creativity. Because now you looking at, dang, if I can't put this out, because I'll put it out anyway. It's like I don't care what people say, but then again, I care what people say. Like I want to hear your input. You get what I'm saying? But I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, not on a positive note anyway. You feel what I'm saying? Regardless if you agree, you disagree, you might not like exactly how I did it, and there's room for improvement. But I wouldn't be improving if I didn't put it out there. If I wouldn't be improving if I didn't do it in the first place. There's no room for improvement if you don't never start shit. So don't let people get in your head and be like, oh yeah, mess with your confidence and mess with your self-worth and your value, because a lot of times they not come with nothing. They don't have the talent. That bitch couldn't rhyme and lick, couldn't do anything that I do. So it was nothing that you said that was going to demote me from what I do. A lot of times people can't do something, they try to, oh man, but you're not doing it. You're not on that. You're not as valuable as I am. I don't care how many tattoos you got, how many booty pics you could take, how many titty pics you can take. And then when you say that, I don't get that, here come all the extra banter, la, 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 la. You ain't talking about nothing. I'm gonna get some ID, you ain't gonna do shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't entertain that, man. Just hold your peace. Don't let these people get trick you out your spot, have you catching cases and end up locked up or do some goofy ass shit for no reason. Stop arguing with things. Argue. You putting stress on yourself for no reason. This is this is my bubble. This is my space. Whoever I invite into this shit, they gotta play by my rules. And my rules is fair. My rules is no bullshit, no self-doubt, be valuable, have self-worth, be positive and encouraging, because we got too much negative in the world. It's like we know it all. This is like, dang, who's uplifting these people out here? Because the world is sick. We need some healing. It's poison out here. Who got the antidote? Who's trying to make a cure? Who's trying to speak life instead of death into a situation? That's the people that I want around me. And if you're not speaking life, you're just speaking death. And death can come in any type of way. The deadliest sins, greed, lust, you feel me? Hatred, temptation, all that. If you're not speaking life, then you're speaking death in the situation. And sometimes it's better to not say anything, even if you don't agree, than to keep putting out negativity.
He's looking at you from the way you take care of yourself. He's looking at you for who you are genuinely inside. You talking nasty to the waiter. You talking nasty to the people outside. You're disrespectful to people who don't deserve it. How you treat other people. They're watching everything. He knew what investment he was making when he, chose that woman to be his wife.
In fact, a great woman is a corporation in one person. She is a corporation all by herself. If you are a great woman, you are a corporation.
He knew instantly. All the traits that he just mentioned of these women is like, of this woman is like, these women are kind of like of yesteryear. And then when you have women who attach themselves to these behaviors, they're like a gem, like a gemstone.
A faithful, honest, loving, patient wife.
Patience. A lot of these women are... Like I said, I used the reference of, they dated for, I think, a span of 6 or 7 years before they even got married. That level of patience women don't have today. Give me the wedding now. Give me the money now. Give me the lifestyle now. Fly me out now. Buy me the bags now. Regardless of if you're building something, regardless of if you're trying to achieve something, she was there before he was who he is. She had no problem being patient. Clearly loving. Okay? The only way a woman could be truly loving to a man is when you can see him talking about her and he's giddy all over again. I even saw a part where he did an interview and they asked a question. He couldn't wait to call her and get on the phone and just to laugh with his best friend.
As long as I've known her, she's been a movie buff, so...
That's a good feeling, bro. That is a good feeling. And it's nothing better than that. I commend Denzel, man, and his wife and what they got. It's nothing better than that. You can still have that out of everything out here. You in Hollywood, the temptation, the lust, you got to be a strong individual a very strong individual to have all this out here and still know, damn, ain't none of this worth what I got. None of it. I wouldn't trade none of this. I don't want that lifestyle. I don't want to be out here with these random strangers every night and getting involved in this relationship and that relationship. What I got is solidified, and what I got is everything to me. And that's the best feeling in the world. You can have somebody that you know 110% don't care about your money. They got your back day one. It's the best thing you can ever have.
Got those kids that watch movies. See if I can get on FaceTime.
He talked about her and he called her a faithful woman, an honest woman. She only have eyes for one. She don't care how many women had eyes for Denzel. She only had eyes for him. That's the only person she wanted to be with. That's the only person she's in love with. We don't see her all over social media, parading around, trying to be in the spotlight. No. We don't even see him on social media. Only time we see him is if he does interviews and they put those clips on social media. She knows this space. She resides there happily.
A great woman bites her tongue. At times that other women speak their mind. It is expensive.
A great woman bites her tongue at times where other women speak their mind. That's the problem with a lot of women today. You ain't gonna tell me. I don't care. I'm gonna say what I gotta feel. Y'all have a talking issue. You challenge authority every chance you get. You know, men have no problem listening to a woman if it makes sense and it's rational and logical. A lot of times you won't even hear a dude say anything. He won't give you no flag back. Yep, you're right. Yeah, okay, good. But if we speak in logic in the conversation and you just constantly cutting me off to interject with your emotions, because that's what women are, emotional, unstable, emotional creatures. Like my man on Baby Boy said, a lot of times y'all lead with an emotion in the conversation. You want us to go in off of what you said emotionally, and then when we go in on a logical aspect, you break down and you don't like it. You know what I mean? Then it'll get even more emotional until it'll turn chaotic to the point where it's like, what are we doing here? If we can't talk, then why don't we just both just shut the hell up and just be quiet and just be silent? It's nothing that we're not getting anywhere with this bullshit. You get what I'm saying? Everybody can't be right, everybody can't be wrong, but everybody can be the fuck quiet. Everybody can just sit back and think, damn, to yourself sometimes. Before you even bring that bullshit to me, think to yourself, damn. What am I saying? Am I coming at this the right way? Am I coming at this on an emotional level? Am I making sense? Am I really overdoing this? Or is it really worth me causing chaos? Am I going in on this emotionally, or am I coming into this situation logically and thinking that, hey, rather who's right, who's wrong, let's do whatever that makes the most sense? Or am I just coming this to be petty? I'm tit for tat. I wanted to just say something back because you said something that bothered me emotionally. Da, 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 da. And maybe the dude wasn't even trying to go at it emotionally. No, I ain't like what you said. A lot of times, nobody likes what everybody says all the time. But if you always going into it with an emotional mindset and already on the defense and ready to attack, and I'm just saying something back just because I just want to get a reaction out of you, that's not growth. That's not healthy. That's not helping build anything. Let's take a step back. Let's deal with this on a logical level. Instead of being in low vibrational frequencies all the time. That's going to destroy. It's going to cause more stress. It poisons the body. You want to deal with that. And then you get upset if I don't have much to respond back to, because there's nothing to respond back to. I'm not going to give you the same bullshit you giving me, because that I don't want to. I'm not that person. You are. I don't want to deal with that. I'm trying to tell you, hey, look at this from a logical step back. Stand back, step back. Look at what you're saying. Look how you're reacting to what is being said, and then go off of it not emotionally, but where it makes sense to where we can engage in an actual conversation without you say what you gotta say, I can say what I gotta say. Let's find some type of mutual ground of common sense in this without attaching an emotional aspect. So we both can be happy. Because at the end of the day, if you with somebody, if y'all not leaving, breaking up, and y'all not going nowhere, we gonna have to get past this. All this shit a waste of time. We got to get past this. There's so much other things that got to be done. If we spending so much time in our feelings based off of because somebody said something that you didn't agree with, it's stupid, bro.
You know when to speak and when to shut up and go the other way.
There's the secret sauce of being married and staying locked in for that long, especially while being in the spotlight.
Having a great woman.
And this goes vice versa as well. You know, having a great man, a man that's there to cover you in all ways, protect you by any means necessary. Somebody who's going to be there to support you in every alley. You know, emotionally, you know, in any way that you need help or saving or reckoning. He is going to be there. Somebody that can, you know, fix your sale. And when I say that, I mean I'm basically articulating the ability to, when you're in a space that you are navigating and you don't know where to go, or they can set you on the path using their logical mindset and say, this is the way you should be going.
That's my girl. Shout out to Reva TV. I gotta put you in the description because this is your video. Shout out to Reva TV. I watch all your videos, but you just said exactly what I just was saying. Um, it's like a divide between people. She just said logically. That's very important. That's emphasized on the logic. It's too many people out here that's moving off of emotion and no logic. Everything has to be a euphoria. It's like a high. People get highs off the internet. How many likes you get? Oh, this video got another 1,000 than this one did. Oh shit. You know, everybody's moving off an emotional content of a euphoria feeling. It's a high, but to actually have logic to understand that even if I do get all this likes and attention, shit, I still got shit I gotta do day to day. Still got these problems, these bills don't change. This, you know, this situation. None of that is true worth of value. Even if somebody, it's a false sense of self, even if you can't get all that attention to somebody, you getting that because of not who you are, but how you look. You know, they got women on Instagram, they in the office now, they got their whole cleavage out. They, you know, they shaking it while they act like they typing and shit. 30K just for that, 30,000. But that's not real class though. If my chick was at work and she on here on Instagram and social media and she got the camera on her and she's shaking her titties while she doing work where you can see like pretty much everything, you feel me, and doing that and then post the video, you think I'm not gonna have something to say about that? You think I'm not gonna have an issue with it? Then you be like, well, how would you have an issue with that? That's your woman. You should be with the bullshit women say. If yes, your woman, you should be confident and comfortable enough to let her self-express herself. That's not self-expression. That's some trash ass shit that y'all now try to make it seem like that's self-worth and try to defend and put in there and say that, oh, a dude has a problem with this. I'm not, if I'm at work and I'm putting up shaking my ball videos while I'm doing work and I get like 10, 20,000 likes and I come home and she got something to say about that. Is that not the same thing? Should I not hold myself accountable for the shit that I do? Should I not have more respect for my partner by making them look stupid? If you are dealing with somebody, now they have to answer for this. I got all this attention in their comments, women say all this type of shit. And it creates the more gap for cheating and doing shit outside the relationship when you know that you have all these different options and people looking at you this way. Now you feel like, oh, I'm that top notch bitch because I can get all this attention, get all these men. They don't want you for you. They want you for your body. You're a vessel, pretty much. They want you for the physical aspect just to smack that ass, grip on that ass, you know, dick you down, do everything nasty inside their brain to you just to get that feeling up out of them. That's all it is. That doesn't make you worth nothing. If anything, is trifling because if anybody everybody sees you as a sex object, they don't see your real character. Who's letting who down? If you want somebody to respect me and respect my mind, and you letting yourself down because that's not what you're putting out there. Like I said, real women do real things and they have real value. You can't hold yourself and say, "Oh, I'm a high value woman because I'm doing all this trashy shit," and then wants a man to spend all his money that he worked hard to become valuable, to have something for himself because he's trying to build something long term legacy. He wants to build some. Hey, that's my young boy. Shout out my young boy. You feel me? You be here before you know it. But that's not real value. But you got these women in here that will stand up in the comments and say, "Yo, you're you're crazy. You're a toxic masculine man. You're this is well, because I'm not walking around with a rainbow flag and I'm like, yeah, I'm with everything. I just want to be a part of everything." That makes you toxic these days. If you say anything against what they do, or just because you want a woman to respect herself and hold herself accountable and make her actually start to work for something, and so she could be seen in a light that is respectable in the world, just like if I had a daughter, I would want her to be respected in the world. And all of a sudden, you toxic, and that's the narrative that they paint, but it's not real. It's just some bullshit that they say just so they can keep doing the trashy shit that they do. So they can keep out here taking their girlfriends. Dude want to date her. Why am I on a date? But you got all your girlfriends. But you got every last one of your girlfriends at the table eating like I'm dating all of them. In that case, I should be hitting every last one of them. I just, you know what I'm saying? Oh no, you better do this and do that. Why am I paying for everybody's meal? I just come out the restaurant. I just spent $500 on dinner when it should really only cost about 100 the most. I took my wife to expensive restaurants and stuff, just me and her, and we spend we can't even eat all that food. We can't even eat all that food. Most of the food we do have, and we spend like 100 something over. We're bringing it back in doggy bags because we can't eat all that food. Why would I be wasting all my money? Why would I be wasting all of my bread on one night in dinner? You trying to bring your girl $500? That's half of $1,000. We got other bills and rent and this and that. Oh, well, you ain't getting money like that. Nah. Even if I am getting it like that, that don't mean I want to spend it like that. I don't want to be a fool. It's called managing and budgeting money. Y'all don't budget. Y'all just, oh, whatever. I'm spending this, whatever I got. Go get the bag today. Go get the shoes. Go Then when you run out, I'm gonna go to somebody else. But you have nothing to offer. Empty out your shit. You want it, and it's funny because y'all want to milk the dude. Y'all got all this money because you've been panhandling dudes all day. I had to actually go out here and get that. I had to work 40, 60 hours at a job this week, or got to run my business to do whatever I do in a certain way to obtain some money just so I could sit back and give it back to you, and you do nothing of value with your time or with yourself, but come back with your hand out expecting me to do more. What reality are we living in? This is the land of the lost. I got a song called Children of the Lost because that's really what we are. A lot of people are delusional. This media, entertainment, internet era has taken over and has brainwashed society. Everybody's going to be turned into AIs where you no longer think. Even kids, they don't have an imagination to think and to use. I'm gonna leave the link in the description. It's like halfway the video, but I'm about to cut this off in a second because we going on 50 minutes. I went way over the time I said I was gonna go over. But I'll leave the link so y'all can time in and watch the whole thing. But I just wanted to get some points. I don't want to, take her whole video. I want y'all to watch it and give her some views and likes and subscribe to Reva TV because she's a great commentator. She comes on to give uh great wisdom to a lot of women, and y'all take it and say that she a pick me and she this and she that. No, she wants women to have more self-respect for themselves and for others. She wants you to see yourself more than a 304. She wants you to actually treat people how you want to be treated. You don't want to give anything, but you want to take everything. That's not that's not what it is. You want a man with 6 figures. You never made 6 figures in your life as a woman. You come into a situation where you got these are some hood boogers coming out the hood. Oh, he better had a nice car and 6 figures and all that. You know the percentage of men who making 6 figures? It's like 15%. It's very few. Majority of Americans are within the 40 to the 80,000 tax bracket. You expecting a man to you want a man who's you're putting yourself in the box because you're always gonna be lonely because the idea of you finding that man, then that high value man, why would he want you? Why would he want to deal with you and all the bullshit and baggage that you come with, all the ghetto drama, all the Instagram videos, you shaking your body, blah, blah, blah. Only thing he can do is pimp you. Only thing he can do is treat you like you've been treating yourself, like an escort, solicitation, like a prostitute. These women is you got the wrong mindset, so delusional mentally that you are literally poisoning everything that you touch. That's the thing about a child. They learn, they grow, and they do better. Women, you have a childish mindset, but you don't grow and do better. You have this mindset of gimme, 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 because nobody ever told you. And if they did tell you, you didn't take heed to the lessons that the older generation giving you. Didn't have a strong male figure in your life to tell you that even if you're supposed to get treated like a princess, you're a princess, you're supposed to get treated, man. You're supposed to do all this. Stop feeding your daughters that false narrative. At the end of the day, my daughter, you going, I want a man to treat you right. I want him to provide, protect, but I also want you to treat that man right. Also, I want you to respect him, respect yourself, respect your relationship, work hard so you'll still be able to be valuable within yourself. Do something to make yourself feel proud. I want you to be able to offer him something, not just take from that relationship. If a man, if he comes with those qualities where he's willing to do something for you, you need to be willing to do something in exchange. And it doesn't have to be a sexual thing. It has to be a conditional thing, how you make somebody feel, how you're, even if it's a back rub, even if it's, oh, I'm gonna come home, these women don't even cook, they don't even clean. I'm gonna cook, I'm gonna clean the house, I'm gonna make sure that things in order, I'm gonna be a good mother to the children, I'm going to, provide, I'm gonna work on something, I'm going to build something, so that way, even if we fall on hard times, he doesn't have to have the struggle and try to figure it all out to get things back in order, try to keep afloat. We can still maintain even if something happens to where he falls off and I have to carry things for a second. That's the type of mindset that you should have. And that's the type of woman that you should want in reality. Everything else, like I said, false narrative, run as fast as you can. But that's all the time we have right now. I'm going to put the link in the description of the video. It's almost Christmas, so Merry Christmas to everybody. If I don't get to say it before then, Merry Christmas. Hope you have a blessed, happy New Year's, end of the year. And yeah, peace, love, positivity, and good vibrations, man. Stop letting these women use you, gang. Stop letting these chicks get one up on you, man. I mean, hold your head up, hold yourself to a higher standard and higher value. But until the next time, man, we gone. Boy, Shabar so for real. Peace.